Hello students. So students, in the previous class in the chapter that is coal and petroleum, we have started with this chapter and we were understanding that what is a coal and what is a petrol. Actually, we have started to understand the resources and we have seen that nature is very kind to us and provide a lot of resources that we can use, and that is important for us to survive. And although the amount of these resources, it varies, it means there are resources which are present in a more amount and there are resources which are present in a less amount. So on the basis of that, we had divided the resources into two, that is exhaustible resources and inexhaustible resources. If we talk about the exhaustible resources, so exhaustible resources is that which is in a limited quantity and which we cannot use it again and again. Once it is used, it will be consumed. Okay, and it will take a long process to formation of these kind of resources that we use very excessively. Okay, overuse and excessive use, we are doing that. So ultimately what will happen, this limited supply will also get exhaust one day. And this is because we use the term for it, and that is, it is known as exhaustible resources. Now the second one is inexhaustible resources. So inexhaustible resources is that which is in a large quantity, which is not in a limited number. So we will say that they will be can be used again and again, and ultimately it is an inexhaustible resource. It will not going to exhaust in a few years, okay, or in a coming days. Okay, so if we talk about the exhaustible resources, so these are the natural resources including the coal or the petroleum or natural gases. While if we talk about the inexhaustible, so air is there, water is there, sunlight is there, so this we can use it again and again. We have also seen that what is a fossil. Why we are using this term fossil? Because this resources like that of a coal and petrol is made we call as a fossils only. Okay, now when these fossils becomes as a fuel, we use the term for it, that is fossil fuel. But we have seen that fossils are what? These are the dead organisms which get buried under the earth's surface, and due to the action of the moisture they get converted into some other substance, and that is known as the fossils. Now when these fossils under the high temperature and pressure got buried between the rocks, what will happen? They get converted into a fuel like a substance. They get converted into a substance which we can use as a fuel, and that is why these fossils are now termed as fossil fuels. So we have understood the term fossil fuels, and we said that the fossil fuels is the fuel which we can use as a fuel like that of a coal or petroleum or natural gases. Now let us see that what are the different types of natural inexhaustible resources are there. And if we see in this chapter, we are going to study about the coal and petroleum. So let us start with that of the coal to understand that how coal is formed. So the first one is the coal. Coal, students. Okay, now see. Okay, now see here, coal. So coal, we will say that it is usually a fossil fuel. It is commonly used as a fossil fuel, students. Now, if you see that when you look at the color of the coal, you will find that it is either black in color or brown in color. Okay, so we will going to say that it looks like a black in color or brown in color. Black in color either or brown in color. Now, not only this student, basically when you look at the composition of the coal, you will find that the coal is composed of a carbon. Okay, so it consisting of the carbon content. A lot of a carbon is there. Now, not only this students that a carbon content is there, but these carbon is this a carbon along with that of the other element like the sulfur or oxygen is also present, and these they are attached or they are present with themselves or with variable quantities. Okay, so we can say that along with the carbon, sulfur and oxygen with the variable quantities are present in that of the coal. Okay, so normally we will say that it is composed primarily of a carbon. It is composed primarily of carbon along with oxygen, sulfur, along with the oxygen, sulfur is there, then hydrogen, nitrogen, in variable quantities. In variable quantities. Okay, so composed of primarily of a carbon along with the oxygen, sulfur is there, hydrogen is there, nitrogen is there, and these all are they all are present in a variable quantities with each other. Now, when we look, means from where do we find the coal, which is a kind of an important fossil fuel for us. So, we found that of the coal deep inside to that of the earth crust. So, basically present under the earth crust. Okay, deep inside earth crust. Okay, so it is present deep inside earth crust. So this was about that of the a general thing about that of the coal. That coal is what? It is a fossil fuel which is black or brown in color, and it is composed primarily of a carbon. Along with that of the hydrogen is there, sulfur is there, nitrogen is there, students, and when you look at this, then it is present deep inside to that of the earth crust. Now, moving on and see that how this coal is formed. So, basically what happened, if we look about the formation of the coal, so you will find that the coal, generally the dead leaves or the animals when they die, they used to get buried inside to that of the earth surface, and finally due to the action of the air and the moisture, so they get converted into a kind of a substances which is is a kind of a soggy substance which we called as a peat. Now, peat is what? It is a fossil which is formed of the dead organisms. Either can be a plant, either can be animals. Now, when this peat goes deep under the earth surface again, so million years of due to decomposition of or due to the change in the earth surface, you can say. So the sand or the gravel, or due to high temperature and pressure, what will happen? They get converted into the coal. So the peat get converted into the coal, and the coal is known as the fossil fuel. So peat is the fossil, and with this fossil, under the high temperature, pressure, and the lack of oxygen, or in the absence of the air, they will get converted into the coal. So like how the formation of a coal occurs. So let us see that formation of coal. So the first thing that we can write here that as this process of the formation of a coal occurred about 300 million years of ago. So you can understand that this is means the formation of the fossil fuel does not take place within a day or a year, but it will take a million of a year to get converted into the fossil fuel. So we can say that as the plants and animals died and got buried where? Inside the earth surface. Okay, under the layers of earth, under the layers of earth and rocks of earth and rocks, layer of earth and rocks, they decompose slowly. They decomposed slowly and formed a soggy, dense, sponge-like a material. Sponge-like material called peat. That is called as peat. Okay, so they decompose slowly and they form a soggy, a dense, sponge-like a substance, and that is called peat. Now, what is the peat here? It is a fossils. Now, how the peat get converted into the coal, students? So, this peat was buried and again compressed under the earth's surface, okay, or layer of the earth. So, this peat is buried under the layer of the earth surface, and as you know that the earth surface, it changes with the million year of ago, and due to the action of the sun, due to the action of high temperature and a pressure, they get converted into the coal. Okay, so due to change in the layer of earth surface, over a million years of ago, So, what happened then? So, the peat get compressed more, okay, and it will get compressed more, and due to that compression, what happened as they get compressed? Compression, high temperature, and pressure, as well as absence of air, makes the formation of coal. Okay, so absence of air help in the formation of a coal. So this is how you students the coal formation occur. First of all, you see that the formation of a peat occur. How the formation of a peat occur? So here this coal, the dead plants and the animals, when they get covered with a layer of the earth's surface. This process occurs a million years ago, and finally due to the action of the decomposers, they get decomposed into a soggy dense material, and that is known as the peat. Now this peat will also get compressed, also get buried under the earth's surface, and over a million years ago, or over a million years, what happened? The earth's surfaces keeps on changing. The sand, the gravel, the soil, they get changed, and due to change of that, they again get buried under, and finally due to high pressure, temperature, and even due to the lack of air or absence of oxygen, they get converted into a black substance, or you can say a brown substance, that is called as a coal. So coal is what, student? It is a fossil fuel, while that of the peat is a fossil. So with the help of the fossil, the conversion of the fossil fuel, with the help of the fossil, we have converted the fossil into the fossil fuel. Now this was about the formation of the coal, students. Now if we talk about the coal, so coal are also of different types. So let us move on and see that what are the different types of a coal. Different types of coal. Types of coal here, students. Now see, so how we have divided the type of a coal, means how we have divided the coal, means on what basis we have divided the coal. So basically if you look on the type of the coal, so depending upon their carbon content, because we know that coal consisting of, it is comprises primarily of that of a carbon. Okay, and other impurities are also, other elements are also attached with that, but the carbon content is of a high percentage in the coal. So depending upon the percentage of the carbon present in the coal, we have divided the coal into three types, and that is lignite, bituminous, and anthracite. So these are the three types of a coal which we have divided on the basis of a carbon content. So we can write it that on the basis of carbon content, we have divided the coal into three types, and that is lignite, then bituminous, and anthracite. Okay, lignite, bituminous, and anthracite. So these are the three different types of a coal present. Now let us start with that of the lignite and try to understand that what is the percentage of the carbon in the lignite and where it is used. So if we look at the lignite, so the percentage of a carbon present in the lignite is 60 to 70%. It consisting of a moisture and it is soft, and because of that, student, we can say that it is used in the industrial as a fuel, industrial power plants, the lignite is used. So the first point that we can use about the lignite, that it consisting of 60 to 70% of carbon. Okay, 60 to 70% of a carbon content. Okay, 60 to 70% of a carbon content is present here. Now when you look at the appearance, then it is brownish in color or appearance. Okay, so it is brownish in appearance. Next point, that is it contains a large amount of a moisture. And because of that only, it is of a very least quality. Its quality is very down because of having the large. So you can see that the carbon content is also less, and as well as consisting of a more moisture, produces more smoke. So we will say that it is of a least quality of a coal. So it is the softest and the lowest quality of coal. Lowest quality of coal. Next one is, students, that having least heating value. Least heating value. Least heating value is there. And finally, used as industrial fuel in power plants. Okay, so it is used as industrial fuel in power plant. So these are what? These are as the some of the characteristics of the lignite, that consisting of a 60-70% of a carbon, having more amount of a moisture, and due to which it is the lowest quality, and thus it is used in the industrial fuel and as an industrial fuel in power plants. Next one is next is the student is bituminous. 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 If you look at the bituminous, so here the percentage of the carbon content is 70 to 85% of a carbon. Now it is less soft and consisting of a less amount of a moisture if we compare with that of the lignite, and thus it is of a good quality, you can say, as compared to the lignite. Okay, so it is having 70 to 85% of carbon content. 70 to 85% of a carbon content. It is usually dense black in color or in appearance, and it has a low moisture, it has a low moisture content and primarily used as fuel in a thermal power plant for generating electricity. Okay, it is primarily used as fuel in electric generating thermal power plant. In generating power generation. And finally, you see that it is used in manufacturing. It is used in manufacturing of fuel like coke or coal tar. Used in manufacturing fuel like coke, coal tar. Okay, used in manufacturing the coke and coal tar. So this is what, these are some of the properties of that of the bituminous type of a coal, in which the carbon content is 70 to 85%, and it is usually used, means if you look at that, you will find that it is dense black in color and consisting of a least amount of or low moisture is present in it. If you compare with that of the lignite, you will find it is consisting of a less moisture. Then primarily it is used in generating the electricity, and also it is used in the power generation. Basically it is used in generating electricity, so it is used as a fuel in a electric power generation, and also used in manufacturing the other fuels like that of the coke or coal tar. Okay, coke or coal tar. Now moving on and see the next one, and that is the anthracite. Okay, next one is the anthracite. Anthracite, students. So obviously anthracite is a superior quality of a coal, and it consisting of a maximum number of a carbon content in it. So it has a more than 85% of a carbon content. There in the case of a bituminous it was 70 to 85. Here it is more than 85% of a carbon content. Percent of a carbon content. Okay, now next one is that it is present or it is found deep under the earth's surface. Under the earth surface due to extreme pressure. Due to extreme pressure. Okay, then we will see the next property. So it is more than that of the 85% of the carbon content. It is found very deep underside to that of the earth surface, students, and it is because of the earth pressure or that of that temperature. You can say it is present deep inside to that of the earth surface. Now not only this, if you look here, then you will find that it is what? It is the superior quality of the coal. Why? Because it consisting of a more carbon content and least moisture is present in it. Okay, so we will write it that it has least moisture content. Moisture content is there, and hence more superior. Okay, hence more superior type of a coal is there. Okay, it is a more superior type of the coal is of the anthracite. So if it consisting of a more amount of a carbon content, so it will produce a more amount of a heat. So we can also write it here in case of the anthracite that more production of heat. Okay, or large amount of heat is released to that of the anthracite. Okay, so these are the three different types of the coal.